More family fun and frolics tonight at 8 p.m. on The Benny Hill Show. But first, it's our friendly Thamesmen.
I was watching. Well, hello, I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles.
I'm Alex. I'm in Colorado.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am these days.
Okay.
Absolutely sure. I looked out the window, saw a pickup truck.
Okay. Excellent. And how's the altitude treating you?
Absolutely fine now. And where my kid works as well, he goes up another 3,000 feet every day.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So it's 60 up there and it's 91 down here, and it's only half an hour away. No, the altitude's absolutely great. So when I come down to California, I am going to be unstoppable. I'm going to be like a Superman.
You're just going to be running up and down stairs, are you, and things like that?
I'll be able to smoke like 6 cigarettes and drink 3 beers all at once.
I look forward to seeing that. Maybe we can do a little
absolutely.
special.
Anyway, good to see you, my friend. What are we doing here?
Ooh, well, okay, here is an area that, we as you can see, the Knack, My Sharona. Now,
Can I just say something?
what?
A stupid name for a band.
What? The Knack?
The Knack. Yeah, I mean, like there are some stupid names for bands, and I'll put that slightly up there. But I mean, I was thinking today as well. A stupid name for the band, the Dandy Warhols.
Oh, I like that name. I think that's a clever name. I think that's got obviously Andy Warhol, but it's the dandies. You know, is very much like a thing from history, isn't it? When you were a dandy.
Dandies were 18th century ponces. They were the hipsters.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a kind of clever mishmash of ideas. Dandy Warhols.
All right, Toad and the Wet Sprocket.
Okay, that's a weird one. That is a weird one. I'll accept that. Yes, that doesn't make much sense. Yes.
The Beatles, misspelt because they like the crickets.
Is that what? Okay, all right. Yeah. I mean, it comes under that same category of just terrible album covers as well. There's a certain routine to bands where you've got to have a weird name and you've got to have a really rubbish album cover.
I think it's an Irish band. They just gave up. They just called themselves Ham Sandwich. Right. So I think they just went into. I just reckon they went into the supermarket and just went Ham Sandwich.
Do you ever remember that show with Reginald Perrin?
I know who he is, but this is Two Old Men Who Can't Remember. Welcome to the Two Old Men Who Can't Remember show.
Reginald Perrin, who was it was Leonard Rossiter, and he had I think he was running away, had a nervous breakdown, and maybe put it behind us, and he was 70s, it was great TV, and he was walking down this country lane, and he goes, I've got to think of a new name for myself. The first thing that I will say, I'll call myself as I look over that fence, is what I shall be. And he goes, Reginald Cowpat. Maybe not.
Anyway,
so
Knack. If you had a band, right, we will get onto the Knack. If you had a band, and also everyone else, put your band name down there. What would your band be called?
Okay, all right.
George, what would your band be called?
What's the first thing that I see? Beer. So, yeah.
Oh, no, there was our friend's band. They were called Free Beer. And they were still shit.
Well,
People still
clever.
didn't come to their. They still didn't come to their gigs. You know? I think if I thought of a couple. If I was in a boy band, I'd be called. I think just because graphics, short word. I'd be in a band called Moist. And also, if I was in a rock band, I think I would be Salt. That would be the name of the band.
Salt? No, that's a good name.
Do you know why?
Yeah. Why?
It's serious. It's the only rock you can eat.
Oh.
Yeah, see? And it would look good. Salt. I put too much.
Yeah.
And if I was a manager of a girls' band, I'd call them Buns, Bunz. And there would be Chelsea Bun. There'd be Cinnamon Bun. Mm-hmm. There could be Sticky Bun.
There's a reason you're not the manager of a girls'
Donut.
band. I think, apart from probably being arrested at some point.
She's on chums.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't.
All right, okay, let's go back to the Knack. I'm sorry, I should have got... Yeah, yes, please.
I had a point. I think I had a point to say that, obviously I've heard the Knack, My Sharona, but I've never seen them perform it live.
No,
I know nothing about them. It's one of those tracks that sort of passes you by. You hear it played. You go, oh, that's a great track. Love that track. But know nothing. Never seen them. Never had any history of them. So
actually, everyone, well, not everyone. Some people get it, but everyone says to us, "Oh, you should have done the studio version. Much better, much better." Yeah, we could do the studio version, but there's a couple of reasons we don't do it. One is the studio version, right? Mm-hmm. And that also a lot of other reaction channels will do the studio version. Number two is if we don't have something to watch, you do have to look at us, right? So it's best you don't. And third of all is product of the studio. Studios, you can go back, you can go and put another overdub on, you could do a drop in, you can build up, and that is a different craft in itself. Live, you can't, there's nowhere to hide. On stage, nowhere to hide. Okay, your talent will come to the forefront. And you could just be David Bowie, just doing an acoustic guitar and a piano, and it will be magnificent. Or you could have a 30-piece band behind you and be a pile of shit. It's just talent that comes forward.
Yeah, I think it makes for interesting pictures of a time as well. We love the look, the feel, some of these videos we've seen. That they have, I don't know, just sort of, B-roll of other places, or they have a different style, or they, and all of that goes up to build that sort of nostalgia. And
I also, people do complain the sound quality is bad, and I don't know if the sound quality is going to be good. And it sometimes it really is, but you're absolutely right. You were in the moment with them at the gig, and the sound could have been bad, but the original probably. And if you love it and you haven't, then you go off and find the original. And I've done that as well. Like there are certain bands we've watched, and I've watched them live. I've gone off and listened to the studio version immediately after we've recorded it, and it's been great.
Exactly. Yeah,
so that's why we do live.
Until we choose to do a studio version, just because we do that sometimes as well.
And then we'll have another reason.
And we'll be right because it's our channel, obviously.
Yes.
So
all right. Well, there are some notes here about the Knack, My Sharona. Shall I read them?
Sure. Why not? Give it a go.
Can I do pictures?
Yes.
Formed in LA in 78, the Knack, led by Doug Feiger on vocals, blew the doors off with their first single. In 79, My Sharona was the fastest selling single to hit gold since the Beatles' I Wanna Hold Your Hand. The fact that they openly admitted to modelling themselves on bands of the British invasion, however, did not sit well with the critics, who claimed it brought back an adequate memory of the times, which, together with some artists, became jealous of their huge promotion, led to a Knut on Knack campaign. Despite this, they continued to release albums and tour successfully until they split in 82.
Do you think that was Knack, or was that Nuke the Knack?
Well, it's got Knack. It's Knack. He's put Knack. So
Knack the Knack.
Knack. I don't know if it's Knack or if it's Knack the Knack. Chris is a lot more. By the way, there is a third Thamesman. He's in control of all the strings, and we're just the puppets at the front. And he also gives us big. He gives us all these notes to read, and sometimes he just Knoots the Knacks. If you know what I mean.
No. So we got my Sharona, but then, after we've done some scoring, we might have a bonus track.
We will have a bonus track. All right.
So we better go on with it then. Should we get on with it?
I think we will, yeah. All right, okay. I'm just getting set up now. I am ready when you are. This is My Sharona live in 79.
79. Okay.
79.
Right.
Count me in, big boy.
Honestly, before we get, I actually thought they were an English band. But anyway, are you ready?
I actually thought they were an American band. Because what the hell is a Sharona? It's not an English name. Yeah, exactly. If it was English, it would be Ma Julie.
Is Sharona a name?
Well, what else is it?
And let's listen to the lyrics and find out, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, is a Sharona a name? Is it a type of car? Is it a breed of Chihuahua? We don't know. But it's definitely his.
Okay. Mine. Very possessive.
No,
Are you ready?
His.
Are you ready? Let's do it.
Yes. All right.
Okay. We'll never get to the end of this. Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Brilliant.
Nice track.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great song.
Brilliant. They could play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh, yeah.
Wicked.
Oh, yeah. Filthy.
bloody brilliant.
Good night. Good night, Dion. Thank you.
All right.
According to notes, this was Carnegie Hall in New York. All right.
Wow.
That was really interesting.
That was a real surprise.
It was. I mean, we know the song. Come on, we know the song.
Yeah, we know the song. There's so much to talk about there. Well, first of all, they look like the Kinks, right? And they were in an era where the hair was getting shorter. So they come out of the 70s and they seem to be stuck right between a bit of rock and the Kinks, and just before kind of the 80s hit. They just got their career in the wrong spot.
I exactly thought the same thing. It was the verge of the 80s were coming.
Yes.
You could see it coming,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. And they got their career in the wrong niche, because they were just about to be overtaken by the 80s when they were doing the, but going back to the actual song, there were more hooks on that song than a Peter Pan story. The drums, right, which they kicked off with, just a great kind of a hook. And I mean, Gary Glitter used to do the same thing. It was all about the rhythm. And then I'll let you speak for a second.
But it was, if you're going to write a one-hit wonder, put everything in it. You know, just do the whole bloody lot. I mean, can you imagine in their career how many times they've had to play that song? But it was, it was sublime. Who knew, probably everyone apart from me, who knew there was a guitar solo in the middle of it? I mean, I knew there was.
And not just a guitar solo.
It was a guitar solo.
Not just a guitar solo, a really good guitar solo. And the guy's voice was epic, and he was magnetic, right? And he was so magnetic. You just had these wild eyes. He had kind of a Mooney from the Who. And talking about it, I had whiffs of the Who in there as well, from the mod era.
You had the old Pete Townsend
guitar
windmilling, you know.
Yeah, and that could have been the British Invasion feel, right? Because they look like they smelt and look like the Who a little bit, but they just 79. They were just Blondie, and New Wave was just coming through, and and the 80s were coming through, and they were just like they were old before they started.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I thought it was great, and we talked about being live performance versus studio. You knew that was live, but it, even though it didn't sound perfect, it sounded great in a funny sort of way. Like the drums sounded a bit, but you knew they were live drums. You absolutely knew those toms were live toms, and it hadn't been replaced with some samples later or something. It was the real deal,
It was great.
They were great.
Really, really top draw musicians and a really great act. And yeah. Oh, right. Well, talking of which, I think it's time that we do the scores.
You're getting awfully creepy.
I know. Hey, Siri, what is a Sharona?
Here's an answer from Obabinema.com. The meaning of Sharona is great fertile plain. Sharona is generally used as a girl's name. It consists of 7 letters and 3 syllables.
A great fertile plain or a girl? And that wasn't me. Easily confused. I'm sorry, darling. I'm just looking at you and thinking of wheat.
It's like
how much? What's your, I don't know. But what's your yield?
There's a terrible thing about like where am I going to plant my seed or something like that. But that's some terrible joke like that, Anyway.
Oh dear.
Sorry, maybe cut that out in the edit.
Right, back to the scoring. My Sharona, my great fertile plain. I went last time, so that means in the Einstein world of relativity, you go first.
Okay, all right. Okay, the Knack, My Sharona, absolutely. It is of one-hit wonders. It's one of the biggest. I think. It's up there. I love the performance, love the style, love the sound. I'm an 8.3 on this one.
Oh, good score. And we've got another video coming up straight after this of the Knack. And I think it's going to prove they're not a one-hit wonder, but there we go. You went 8.3. It is an absolute bona fide in the Bible of rock tunes. When you look up classic hits, number 34 is the Knack, My Sharona, the great fertile plain herself. That is coming in at a solid 8.5 for me.
Ooh, 8.5. Ooh, okay.
I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down.
No, I'm not going to ask you to back down.
Right, right.
You can live or die by your numbers. So
I'll die.
Yeah. How come I've got to do all the math, though? Anyway, can we fire up the calculator, please?
Yes.
And it's an 8.3 and an 8.5. It's a 16.8, I believe.
Because you've got the laser scoreboard. That's why.
Because it is so high tech, after all.
It is,
isn't it? Yeah.
All right, I'm interested to see where this goes. And ladies and gentlemen, we clear this at the end of the month. So leading is Linda Skinner with a 19.
I mean, it's internet time, really, isn't it? You know,
we just keep building it up.
When we run out of space, we clear it down, really.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah. So
Okay,
just say the end of the month, but that's
End of the
okay.
month, yeah.
So we got a 16.8. Ooh, Well, okay.
That's
so,
not high enough.
did I add it up right? I did, didn't I? Yeah. So it's gonna go in here.
We've done a disservice because there's no way Jimmy Barnes went over with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Jimmy Barnes and Joe Bonamassa at 16.9, and just below it, we've got James Gang at 15.2. So the Knack, My Sharona, is in. Above it, the Mamas and Papas, Alan Parsons, NF Hope, and Lynyrd Skynyrd. It's kind of a bit messed up, this, isn't it? But there you go. They're the numbers.
Oh, you know, they're all good. They're all quality tracks, aren't they? You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the scores. All right, okay, hang on a second. I'm going to say, hey Siri, how many girls are called Sharona in the USA?
Here's what I found.
9.
9.
There you go.
And he owns
definitely
all of
an
them.
American. Yeah, it's definitely an American word.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, all right. Well, at least we settled that bit then. So that's
Yes,
good. Yeah,
absolutely.
okay, right.
All right, so we've got a bonus track again. The Knack. George, you want to do the notes on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is worthy of a quick checking out, I would say. So they're often thought as a one-hit wonder. They were victims of their own success. They would have another 4 top 100 singles before their split. The follow-up single, Good Girls Don't, reached number 11 in the charts and really shows the British invasion influence. So yeah, we just do a bonus because it's good to see a little bit of something else. So,
No. I think this is Chris has put this in. Hi, Chris.
Yeah,
I think Chris has put this in to show you they're not a one-hit wonder.
Okay, all right. So this is
They are 4-hit wonder.
4-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So this is from '79 and it's called "Good Girls Don't."
Good girls don't what? Good girls don't make bread. Good girls don't change wheels. Good girls don't what? Good girls don't steal your phone
You don't ask
or your
what
network
good girls don't do.
password.
You know, yeah.
What else? What else?
Well, answers below. So, I had a thought. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
was
best
that?
keep that one back. Drugs are kicking in. All right, are you ready?
It's the heat. Yeah, I am ready. Are you ready?
79, live in 79. Good girls don't. 3, 2, 1, boom.
She's an adolescent dream, schoolboy stuff, as if you're serial romance. She thinks you wanna scream, wishing you could get inside her pants. So you fantasize away while you're squeezing her. You thought you heard her say, "Good girls don't, good girls don't." I should be telling you, good girls don't, but I do. So we call her on the phone to talk about the teachers that she knew. And she says she's all alone, and her parents, they're coming home to me. There's a ringing in your brain, 'cause you could have sworn you thought you heard her say, "Good girls don't, good girls don't." I should be telling you, good girls don't, but I do. good time tonight. 'Cause you heard she's pretty fast. You're hoping that she'll give you some tonight. So you start to make your play, 'cause you couldn't swore you thought you heard her say, good girls come, good girls come. I should be telling you, good girls come, but I do. And it's a teenage sadness out there one has got to taste. And if the teenage madness that you're coming in to race, till she's sitting on your face, and it feels real good. Good girls come, good girls come. I should be telling you, good girls come, but I do. Good girls come, good girls come. I should be telling you, good girls come, but I do. But I do. But I do. But I do.
Well, interesting.
No, it's a real pastiche throwback. There they are. Well, there they are, dressed white shirts, dark trousers. They look like early Beatles. They look like they were kind of dressed. They sound like the Kinks or the Who that come forward. They got the cheeky lyrics like the Who. It looks like Keith Moon singing. He had
a touch of Wilco Johnson to him as well, didn't he? Like the mad staring eye kind of thing. Yeah.
But it's
I mean, that one was a bit dated. I felt though that could have been a '60s song almost.
I was really trying to listen to the lyrics. I reckon there's a really sexual undertone there, but I couldn't quite. I couldn't. No. I think really cheeky got away with it, but I couldn't. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say what I thought it was, but it was very cheeky.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously. There was a reason we hear My Sharona over and over again, and we don't hear Good Girls Don't, I think, honestly.
Well, I think that was one of their hits.
It's all relative, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I liked it, but it wasn't ploughing new territory for me, I think.
I know. Yeah.
I'm glad I've seen something else by them, and I think it's probably the same performance, same show, wasn't it? They looked the same. They had the same setup, the same stage setup, so probably that same show.
Well, thank God they did write My Sharona.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And perform it so well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to score that one. That was just a bonus to show you they weren't a one-hit wonder. Well, they are still a one-hit wonder. And
so if there's another hit, you think, let us know what it is.
They've got another two.
Okay, good. Right.
Good Boys Will and My Julie. We're meant to be doing Joan Armour Trading Week, aren't we?
We are, yes.
But we got way behind because George has just flown back from the UK into Europe, and I'm again moving whatever. So I do apologise. We will get round to it. Joan Armour Trading is next on our list to do. We're going to do a whole week, a curated week, aren't we?
Well, look, I am looking forward to that a lot. Actually, I think it's going to be something very interesting. So coming up,
yeah. But we're just kind of scrambling around at the moment, trying to get over jet lag and work out where we are.
Exactly.
And I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. All right.
And if anyone wants to join the band Salt,
your boy band.
No, that's Moist. But if you,
I'm sure there was a band called Moist, wasn't there?
I don't know, but there is do you remember the day when you actually hit you that you're too old to be in a boy band? It's a sad damn. It's like the day when you realise you'll never play the Dame.
it was the other one. It was also like slightly disappointed, but not in a really bad way, that I'd really never run across Quicksand. You know, it was. I thought growing up as a 12-year-old. We don't run across it. But like I imagine, watching films back when I was like 12 or whatever, it would be part of my adult life, would be having to avoid plots of quicksand and like pulling people out with ropes and tree twigs.
We actually had a conversation about that. Where is quicksand?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things, we're never going to happen. I hope.
All right.
Now I'm not really.
We're too old to be in a boy band.
And quicksand doesn't exist.
No.
So, no.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
On that bombshell.
Yeah, absolutely. It's stuff like that keeps you riveted. We will see you on the next show, and we've got Jones Armour Training coming up very shortly. So hang with us. Do apologise, but we'll see you tomorrow.
See you on the flip side.
Tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, sometime.
Bye.
I know.
Yeah.